What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best WNBA player props on PrizePicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see, we actually got 22 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. Now a lot of you comment wanting to see how many I got wrong, and I thought I'd show you in today's video. We only got 2 picks wrong, got 22 right, which is about a 95% win rate. Yes guys, you heard that right, 95% win rate. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get a 95% win rate and get 22 picks right like me, win more bets and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord to meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which will be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $915 just yesterday, and another member who won $200 for the 7th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description, so go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group, and I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. So quick shout out to Future Life C5X who said let's get it, shouts out to Reginald Walker JR0611 who said Nody gang, and also shouts out to Brian Adams 2794 who also said cash, and shouts out to Denard Phillips who said let's win today. So shouts out to them. If you do want to win a shout out in the next video, all you have to do is comment down below in this video and like it, and you can be in the running to win a shout out in the next one. Alright, so let's get straight into the first pick. So when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So the first pick we're going to talk about is none other than Sonia Citron, and this one is actually for 4.5 rebounds, and this one actually is for less. Now looking at actually Sonia, we actually have seen her go on the under in 2 out of the last 5 games. Now looking at those 5 games, we do see July 9th faced off against Chicago, had 8 rebounds there. Then moving on from that, on July 11th faced off against the Las Vegas Aces, had 5 rebounds in that matchup. After that, faced off against Seattle Storm, had 1 rebound on July 14th. Then faced off against the Sparks on July 16th and had 6 rebounds in that matchup. Then July 23rd, faced off against the Sparks again, off a back-to-back, and in that matchup actually had 4 rebounds. So like I mentioned, we have seen her go on the under in 2 out of the last 5, and her average over the last 5 is also 4.8. Now coming into this matchup, it's definitely going to be an exciting one because we do know that Sonia from Washington Mystics does face off against none other than Seattle Storm. So it is definitely going to be an exciting game, but looking at both of these teams, starting off with Washington, we actually do know that Washington Mystics do actually rank 8th when it comes to the WNBA. So they rank 8th in the WNBA. They also rank 4th in the Eastern Conference. And on top of that, they have a record of 11 wins and 12 losses. So that puts them at a 47.8% win percentage. On top of that, they are also 7-4 from home, 4-8 from away, and are currently on a 2-game losing streak. Now looking at the other side of things, we also do know they face off against Seattle Storm, as we mentioned. Now Seattle Storm do actually rank 4th in the WNBA, but they actually do rank 3rd in the Western Conference. Now they have a record of 15 wins and 10 losses, so when it comes to that, definitely a little bit better than actually Mystics. And on top of that, we also do know that they actually have a record of 8-5 from home and also 7-5 from away. Now they are currently on a 1-game win streak as well. So looking at someone like Sonia Citron, we have definitely seen her do a decent job, in some games, but coming into this matchup, we do know Seattle Storm, Washington Mystics. Looking at Seattle Storm, we do know Seattle Storm do actually rank 12th when it comes to rebounds allowed. So getting into the next player, we're going to be talking about none other than Kelsey Plum. So this one's a fantastic one for 18.5 points, and this one is for less. Now looking at Kelsey Plum, we actually do know she has gone on the under in actually 2 out of the last 5 games. Now looking at those 5 games, you see on July 11th faced off against Minnesota, had 17 points there. July 14th faced off against Connecticut, had 23 points. Then July 16th faced off against Washington and had 20 points in that matchup. July 23rd faced off against Washington, had 11 points in there, and then 30 points against Connecticut Sun on July 25th. So we actually have seen Kelsey Plum go on the under, quite a few times. Now, looking at Kelsey Plum, what we also have seen is that her average over the last 5 is 20.2. So it is slightly above this line, but coming into this game, obviously, we do know Los Angeles Sparks face off against New York Liberty. Now, looking at both of these teams, starting off with Los Angeles Sparks, we do know that they currently rank 10th in the WNBA. So they haven't really been doing too well. They actually rank 6th in the Western Conference, which is also second last in the Western Conference. And on top of that, they also have 10 wins and 14 losses. They have a 41.7% win percentage, and on top of that, they are 3-8 from home, 7-6 from away, and also are currently on a 4-game win streak. Now, on top of that, they face off against New York Liberty. Now, New York Liberty do actually rank second when it comes to the actual WNBA, but they rank first in the Eastern Conference. Now, they have a record of 16 wins and 6 losses. That's a 72.7% win percentage. They're also 11-2 at home, 5-4 from away, and are currently on a 4-game win streak. So, they definitely have done a fantastic job there. Now, looking at someone like Kelsey Plum, we definitely do very much like this matchup, because looking at New York Liberty, we do also know that Liberty do rank 6th when it comes to points allowed. So they do rank pretty decently. It is pretty mid-tier, but a reason why we still do like the under is that due to the fact we do know New York Liberty actually do a fantastic job at restricting points to the guard position. Now, another big reason for this is that when you also look at New York Liberty, the big reason why they do a fantastic job, throughout the season, which is why they do currently rank second, is that they do a fantastic job at slowing down and restricting star players. And for someone like Kelsey Plum, we do actually think and believe that she could go on the under in this situation, as New York Liberty are expected to give a lot of defensive focus on Kelsey and try to restrict her as much as they can. So for that reason, we do very, very much like the under for this situation here. So when we look at someone like Kelsey Plum, we are definitely sticking to the under for this one. Now, when we look at what the bookies are saying, bookies also have her favored for the under as well. So that works out in our favor there. So Kelsey Plum, 18.5 points for less, I think is a fantastic pick. Now, getting into the next one, we're going to be talking about Sabrina Ionescu. So Sabrina, great player, as we all know. This one is for actually 6.5 assists, and this one is for less. Now, looking at Sabrina, we actually have seen her go on the under in 1 out of the last 5 games. Looking at those 5 games, she on July 9th faced off against the Las Vegas Aces and had 8 assists there. July 14th faced off against Atlanta, had 5 assists in that matchup. July 17th faced off against Indiana, had 9 assists. Then July 23rd faced off against Indiana, had 9 assists there. Then 8 assists against Phoenix on July 26th. So we have actually seen Sabrina actually go on the under in 1 out of the last 5 games, and our average over the last 5 is also 7.8. Now, looking at this matchup, we do know New York Liberty face off against Los Angeles Sparks, which we just touched on. But just to remind you again, New York Liberty ranks second in the WNBA, but also first in the Eastern Conference. Now, they have a record of 16 wins and 6 losses, but over the last 10 games, they have a record of 6 wins and 4 losses. Sparks on the other side, they do rank 10th in the WNBA, but also rank 6th in the Western Conference. And on top of that, we also do see that they rank, or they have a record of 10 wins, 14 losses, but over the last 10 also have the same record as Liberty of 6-4. So very, very interesting there. Now, looking at this matchup, looking at where Los Angeles Sparks do actually rank assist-wise, we do see Sparks ranked 9th when it comes to assists allowed. But as we've always mentioned, it really does come down to a per assist sort of, situation. And because of that, looking more in depthly at this, we do know Los Angeles Sparks actually do a fantastic job at restricting assists to the guard position. So for that reason, we are definitely expecting the under for this situation here. As we mentioned before, when we look at what the bookies are saying, bookies also have our favored for the under as well. So that works out in our favor there. Los Angeles Sparks, do or have done a great job against guards in the past, and we don't see Sabrina Ionescu being, a difference. And we definitely are expecting the under, as Sparks are definitely going to try to restrict her as much as they can. So for that reason, keep an eye out for the under for this one. So Sabrina Ionescu, 6.5 assists for less, I think is a fantastic pick. So as you all know, I do want to get these picks out to you as soon as possible, but PrizePicks is delayed with some of their lines. So here are a couple of players you should definitely watch out for when their lines drop. So the first player we're going to be talking about is none other than Leonie Fiebich. Now, as you all know, Leonie, great player for none other other than New York Liberty, and she's done a fantastic job so far this season because we've actually seen her average 9 points, 4.1 rebounds, 1.1 assists, and also 0.8 steals. So she's done a great job for New York Liberty, and when it comes to New York Liberty, they do have themselves a very good matchup coming up against the Los Angeles Sparks. Now, looking at where both of these teams do land, we do know that, LA Sparks, New York Liberty, starting off with Liberty, we do actually see them coming in at the second spot in the actual WNBA. They have been definitely playing very well, but on top of that, they also do rank second in WNBA, first in the Eastern Conference, and also have a record of 16 wins and 6 losses. So that's a 72.7% win percentage. That's 11-2 at home, 5-4 from away, and are currently on a 4-game win streak as well. So it's definitely been pretty good for New York Liberty so far. Now they face off against the Sparks, who are in the Western Conference. However, they do rank 10th in the WNBA. Now, they have a record of 10 wins and 14 losses. That's a 41.7% win percentage, so definitely not too great there. On top of that, they also have a record at home of 3-8. A record of away of 7-6, and also currently are on a 4-game win streak. So Sparks have been able to string along some wins, and they are hoping to make this a 5th win in a row. Now, looking at Leonie, as we all know, for Liberty, she's going to go up against Sparks defense. And looking at Los Angeles Sparks, we do know that they rank 12th in points allowed, also rank 9th in assists allowed, and then rebounds allowed. They also do rank 1st. So they surprisingly rank really high in that rebounding category. However, for someone like Leonie, we do actually like the over for this situation for her, but strictly just for points. Now, a big reason being is that when we look at her assist category, she definitely does have a little bit of a lower usage rate. It's nothing really too exciting, so that's why we do like the over just for points rather than assist. And when it comes to rebounds, the fact that Sparks do a great job against rebounding, we actually are, a little bit more 50-50 on that. So a no-brainer sort of line is definitely the points one. That's where we definitely see most of the advantage, and that's why we are definitely focused in on that. Now, looking at, New York Liberty and also Phoenix, we also do know that Leonie over the last 5 games on the 9th faced off against the Las Vegas Aces. Actually had 87-78 win with 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. Then faced off against Atlanta Dream on the 14th, 79-72. Had 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists there. Then faced off against Indiana on the 17th with a 98-77 victory. Had 10 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist there. And then faced off against Indiana again on a back-to-back on the 23rd, had a 98-84 victory there with 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists in that matchup. Then faced off against Phoenix on an 89-76 victory with 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists there. So we definitely have seen Leonie do a really good job when it comes to her stat lines, but where we definitely have seen her shine is definitely over the last 5 when it comes to points. And the big reason being is that when you look at the points, we do also see that, Leonie not only has been able to beat her line in every single game in the points category, but her volume and her usage rate has definitely been high. So coming into this one, we do very much like the over for this situation here. We definitely see someone like Leonie being able to go on the over in this situation, but like I mentioned, strictly just for points, that is definitely where we see a lot of value here. So keep an eye for Leonie Fiebich's line. When it comes to the points line, like I mentioned, focus definitely on that. See a lot of value there to go on the over, especially if the line is under her averages. Now, getting into the next player, we're going to be talking about Kiki Iriafen. So, Kiki, great player for Washington Mystics. Now, she has done a great job for Mystics so far, averaging 12 points, 8.3 rebounds, 1.3 assists, and also 0.7 steals. So, she's definitely done a fantastic job there. Now, when we look at this matchup, it's definitely going to be an exciting game. But what we also do see is that, Kiki does face off, or the Washington Mystics face off against Seattle Storm. So it is going to be an exciting game between both of these teams, but looking at where both of them rank, as I've always mentioned, guys, a lot of these picks are going to have a lot of, overlap, and that's due to the fact that there are only 2 games in the WNBA. But looking at this, we do know Mystics face off against Storm. Mystics do rank 8th in the WNBA. They have a record of actually 11 wins and 12 losses. So that's a 47.8%, win percentage. They are 7-4 at home, 4-8 from away, and are currently on a 2-game losing streak. Now, they do face off against none other than actually Seattle, and Seattle have done a little bit of a better job because Seattle Storm do rank 4th in the WNBA and have a record of 15 wins and 10 losses. So that's a 60% win percentage. On top of that, they're also 8-5 from home, 7-5 from away, and are currently on a 1-game win streak as well. So, gonna be an exciting game, but looking at where Seattle Storm do rank defensively, we do know that they rank 3rd in points allowed, 5th in assists allowed, and when it comes to rebounds allowed, we also see Seattle Storm ranked 12th. We do like the over for this situation for Kiki, but that is only strictly for rebounds and assists. And a big reason for that is that not only do Seattle Storm rank really poor in rebounds and assists, or defending rebounds and assists, but on top of that, we also do know that Seattle do a poor job at restricting rebounds and assists to the forward position. So we definitely are expecting the over for this situation here for someone like Kiki. When it comes to points, it is a little bit more 50-50 due to the fact that Seattle do a great job defensively against points. So that is kind of the line we are staying away from. I see a lot more value on, Kiki to be able to go on the over in that rebounding and assist department. Now, looking at, her last 5 games, you saw her face off against Las Vegas Aces, had a 70-68 win there, had 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists in that matchup. Then faced off against Seattle Storm with a 74-69 victory, had 10 points, 10 rebounds, and also 1 assist there. Then faced off against LA Sparks, had a 99-80 loss with 8 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 assist. Then also had the All-Star game, but we are going to skip past that. And then faced off against the LA Sparks with on the 23rd with a 93-86 loss with 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist there. So it is a little bit interesting to see, but coming into this matchup, we do actually like the over, like I mentioned, for rebounds and assists. And we also did see Kiki face off against Seattle recently, and she actually did go on the over in her rebounding line in that matchup and also went under on points. Now, assists, she wasn't able to go on the over, but we are expecting coming into this one, she may have a lot more capabilities to be able to do that. So definitely keep an eye out for Kiki coming into this game. As I always mention, keep an eye out for the line. If the line is under averages, then definitely look to go on the over. But as I've mentioned before, I think rebounds and assists is definitely where you want to focus on. So getting into the next player, I'm going to be talking about none other than Rickea Jackson. So, Rickea Jackson, great player, as we all know. Now, she's done a fantastic job for Los Angeles Sparks, averaging 13.1 points, 3 rebounds, 2.1 assists, and also 0.6 steals. So, she's done a great job for Sparks, and as we all know, Sparks do face off against New York Liberty coming into this game. Now, just to remind you all where they do rank, we do know that, New York Liberty and also Sparks do rank 10th in the WNBA, but on top of that, they also do rank 6th in the Western Conference. So that's actually second last. On top of that, they do face off, against Liberty. But looking at Sparks first, 10-14 with their win and loss record, 41.7% win percentage. But on top of that, what we also do know is that over the last 10 games, their record over the last 10 is actually 6-4. Now, they are currently on a 4-game win streak, so they are looking to push it to 5. They face off against New York Liberty. Now, New York Liberty do rank 2nd in the WNBA, but they rank 1st in the Eastern Conference, which is interesting. Now, on top of that, they also have a record of 16 wins and 6 losses. And over the last 10 games, they do actually have the same record as Sparks, as over the last 10, they have a record of 6 wins and 4 losses. Now, they are also currently on a 4-game win streak as well, so there is a lot of similarity there, but both of these teams are looking to try to keep their win streak alive. Now, coming into this next game, we do know New York Liberty, when it comes to defense, Liberty do actually rank 6th when it comes to points allowed, also rank 8th when it comes to assists allowed, and then rebounds allowed, they do rank 11th. So yes, Liberty is a great team, do not get me wrong, but where Liberty do definitely struggle is, when it actually comes to the defensive side of things. They aren't really the greatest when it comes to defense. They do very much struggle there. They tend to like to run a fast-paced type basketball, and because of that, we definitely have seen, a lot of Rickea Jackson, or coming into this game, be able to go on the over in points, rebounds, and assists. So we definitely do like the over for this situation here. We aren't expecting someone like Rickea to have any, struggle there. Now, coming into this one, we do also know, looking at Rickea over the last 5 games, you saw her face off against Minnesota on the 11th, had a 91-82 loss, but had 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist there. Then on the 14th, faced off against Connecticut Sun with a 92-88 victory, had 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists in that matchup. Then faced off against Washington with a 99-80 victory, had 22 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. After that, on the 23rd, faced off against Washington, had a 93-86 victory, had 22 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. Then faced off against Connecticut and had a 101-86 victory with 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists there. So we definitely have seen Rickea Jackson do a great job in all 3 categories, but the thing that we like the most about Rickea is that we have definitely seen her do a fantastic job against teams, especially when it actually comes to, easier defensive matchups. So we definitely have seen Rickea be able to take advantage of it. It does definitely help that, New York Liberty also do struggle in points, rebounds, and assists to the forward position. So we are expecting Rickea to have a bit of a smooth sailing type game and be able to take advantage of a poor defensive team like Liberty. So although Liberty are great defensively, they do allow a lot of stats, and that's where we definitely are expecting, for someone like Rickea to be able to do very well. So for that reason, keep an eye out for Rickea Jackson. I don't think you need to focus on any of the lines, whether it's points, rebounds, and assists. I definitely see a lot of value there. So keep an eye out for the over, especially if the line is under her averages. Now getting into the next player, we're going to be talking about Erica Wheeler. So Erica Wheeler, great player for Seattle Storm. We actually have seen her do a fantastic job, averaging 11 points, 3.3 rebounds, 3.6 assists, and also 1.2 steals. So she's definitely done a great job there. Now, when we look at Seattle Storm, we do know they face off against Washington Mystics. Now, looking at where both of these teams do land, we do find Washington Mystics and Seattle Storm. Storm do rank 4th in the WNBA, but also rank 3rd in the Western Conference. They have a record of 15 wins and 10 losses. That's a 60% win percentage. They're also 8-5 at home, 7-5 from away, and are currently on a 1-game win streak. Now, they face off against Washington Mystics, where Mystics do actually rank 8th in the WNBA, but also rank 4th in the Eastern Conference. Now, they have a record of actually 11 wins and 12 losses. Over the last 10 games, they do have a record of 6-4 and have actually lost their last 2 games. So, they are looking to end that streak there. Now, looking at Mystics defensively, we do actually know that Mystics rank 7th when it comes to points allowed, 4th when it comes to assists allowed, and rebounds allowed. They do rank 1st. So they actually surprisingly rank high in both rebounds and assists, and that is a big reason why we do like the under for this situation here for someone like Erica Wheeler, but strictly just for rebounds and assists. When we look at Washington Mystics, we also do know they do a fantastic job at restricting points, rebounds, and assists to the guard position. So that's why we do very much like the under for this situation here. We definitely are expecting the under, and when we look at her last 5 games, we saw on the 12th faced off against Connecticut, had a 79-65 victory there with 6 points, 1 rebound, and 5 assists, and also 4 steals. Then faced off against Washington Mystics on the 14th, had a 74-69 loss, had 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and also on top of that had 0 steals there. Now, on the 17th, faced off against Golden State Valkyries, had a 67-58 win with 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists there. Then faced off against Dallas on an 87-63 loss with 4 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Then faced off against Chicago with a 95-57 win with 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists there. So we definitely have seen actually Erica Wheeler go on the under, quite a few times. Now, when we also look at their most recent matchup against Mystics, we did see her go on the under in both rebounds and assists. And that's why we are expecting the same situation and the same sort of, I would say result coming into this next game. So for that reason, keep an eye out for the under for this situation here for someone like Erica Wheeler.